You are an Article 6 judge under the Michigan Constitution. You have no authority to deprive me of my rights.
See how much authority I have. Court does call the case of the people versus Daniel Mcoo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lottie for the people.
Sir, state your name.
I'm here on a special appearance, Your Honor. Mcoo is Easy Elastical Trust, registered in Jackson County, on case number 2522246.
Okay, is your name Daniel Mcoo?
Your Honor, that is the name you seek, and it is copyrighted and trademarked.
Okay, very well. Mr. Mcoo, are you represented by an attorney, or do you wish to be represented by an attorney on these matters?
I am not.
Do you wish to be?
No. Not at this time.
Let me then do this. You have two cases before this court, one being the case ending, let me get the full number, case number 25F40523. In that case, sir.
Right from the jump, this courtroom spirals into chaos. Daniel Mcoo walks in not just with charges, but with a full-blown sovereign citizen playbook. Instead of confirming his name, he declares it copyrighted and trademarked. Instead of a defense attorney, he insists he's a trust, not a person. And instead of facing charges, he's challenging the very foundation of the court's power, questioning whether the judge is Article 3 or Article 6 under the Constitution. It's not just a legal defense. It's a full-on ideological standoff. But here's the real kicker. Mcoo's facing serious charges: third offense OWI, license revocation, even escaping custody. And despite all that, he believes he's above the law. Stay locked in, because what happens next is part legal drama, part crash course in courtroom reality. And it doesn't end well for Mr. Mcoo.
I do not understand how I could be charged with something without a witness.
Your other cases when you represent yourself, so we'll just do it.
Are you talking about the case that's in federal court right now, Your
You are
Honor?
before a complaint in that case for a charge of operating while intoxicated, third offense. Because it's a third offense, that is a felony. It is punishable by up to $500 to $5,000, up to 1 to 5 years incarceration. The court can order probation, 30 days to 1 year in jail, or at least 48 hours must be conserved consecutively. The court can also order community service, rehabilitative programs. The court can also order your vehicle immobilized, can order you to pay the cost of the prosecution, as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services.
This right here is a classic sovereign citizen tactic, refusing to acknowledge legal identity in an attempt to derail the court's jurisdiction. But legally, it doesn't work. The court sees a person with 3 prior offenses, not a trust or a trademarked entity. No matter how philosophical the argument, the law deals in facts and evidence. And when Mcoo says, "I do not understand," he's not just playing semantics, he's trying to discredit the entire legal process. But as we'll see, the judge isn't buying any of it.
I was never arrested or read any Miranda rights accordingly.
Given that the defendant is talking in English, that he understands English, understands the nature of those charges and what he's charged against.
So malicious prosecution by Washington County prosecutor as usual.
Sir, there is great peril in representing yourself. You will be held to the same standards as anybody apply.
This is a matter in the Eastern District of Michigan Federal Court. Case number 2511226.
I would further indicate, sir, that at any point during these proceedings, if you wish to be represented by counsel, you can make that request to the court and counsel would be appointed to represent you. Because of the defendant's conduct in the past, in not acknowledging the court and what the court is saying, the court does make the presumption that he does speak English. He understands that. I would further state on the record that Mr. Mcoo has been through this process before. He does understand that if he does wish to be represented by counsel, the court would give him counsel or would have counsel appointed to represent him in this matter. In the case 25F3.
Let's pause here and really look at what Mcoo's up against. We're talking about multiple criminal charges across different jurisdictions. Third offense OWI, operating on a suspended license, and even escape from lawful custody. The potential punishment: thousands in fines, up to 5 years in prison, probation, vehicle immobilization, and mandatory rehab. Yet Mcoo sits calmly claiming exclusive equity and denying the court's jurisdiction altogether. It's not just bold, it's borderline reckless. And the judge? She's making it crystal clear. Self-representation comes with consequences.
Be subject to mobilization. Count 5 on that complaint alleges refusal to obey refusal to
I have an international driver's
police
permit.
officer. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. I would indicate to the defendant the same admonishments regarding the perils of representing oneself that I stated in the other case also apply to this case.
Were you served your
And that
notice
if
and
the
summons yet, Your Honor?
wishes to have counsel appointed, the court would consider or would appoint counsel to represent him in this matter, and he apparently wishes to proceed.
Were you served your notice
Having
and summons
notice
for federal
of
court?
the charges, sir, do you wish to still proceed without an attorney?
I just want to know, where do you get
Do
your
you
powers?
wish
Are
to
you an Article
proceed?
3 judge or an Article 6 judge? Where are
Do
your
you
vested
wish to
powers? Can you
proceed
answer
without
that?
an attorney?
You can't even answer
look
me
it
where your
up.
powers are.
You can look it up.
No, you guys disconnected my access to any kind of law library or anything. You are Article 6.
Did you catch that? Mcoo is now claiming he's federally registered and exempt from Michigan law, citing an international driver's permit as if it's a legal shield. But here's the truth. Permits like that don't override U.S. state laws, especially when it comes to OWI, fleeing police, and failing to appear in court. It's like he's building a legal fantasy world, brick by brick, while the judge continues stacking real-world charges against him. The gap between courtroom reality and sovereign delusion? It's never been clearer.
Judge, under the Michigan Constitution, you have no authority to deprive me of my
Let's
rights.
see how much authority I have. I will assume that you wish
This is a matter
to
of
proceed without
trust.
counsel. I will assume you wish to proceed without counsel and that you will wish to continue to proceed.
Practicing law from the
To
bench.
inform the court otherwise. Ms. Lundy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the court completed the arraignment for the record at this time? on both
Well,
cases?
he had been arraigned. I was just admonishing him of the perils of representing himself and that it requires in part that I let him know what he is charged with. And I've read them kind of in fully, more so than I would have because he refuses to acknowledge those. So I am satisfied that he now knows all of the charges that are against him.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people would like to be heard on bond when appropriate.
What do we want to set this for? Do you wish to have a preliminary examination, sir?
This is a matter of a federal matter now, Your Honor, under case number 2511226, under the Eastern District of Michigan, under the Honorable Mark A. Goldsmith and Magistrate Judge David R. Grand. There is no proceeding here, Your Honor.
There is no proceeding. Oh, there's a proceeding.
Well, malicious.
Notice the judge's tone here. She's not hostile, she's deliberate. Why? Because she knows that legally, the record must reflect that Mcoo understands the charges. Even when he refuses to engage, the judge carefully reads every detail, ensuring that due process is followed to the letter. And that's not just strategy, it's protection. It ensures that any appeal later won't be based on claims of ignorance or judicial misconduct. The judge is laying the groundwork, and Mcoo doesn't even realize it.
It does include the fact that the Michigan State trooper who pulled the defendant over noted in his police report that the defendant had a license plate on his vehicle that indicated he was a diplomat and that he refused to identify himself. He refused for quite a bit of time. Additional units had to be brought to the scene from the sheriff's department in order to, for lack of a better term, deal with the situation. And ultimately, they were able to identify him as the defendant, Daniel Mcoo. The concern with that goes along with the other case, which is an OWI. It is charged as a third. I will note that it is a true fourth, to the best of my understanding. So there does appear to be an alcohol problem going on. And I also think it's important for this court to know, because I don't know that the court knows, the defendant has a third new case, telecommunications malicious use with a domestic relationship, that is currently pending as well. He's also been set $10,000, 10% in that matter. But I think
Where is that case out of?
that case is out of 14B, Your Honor, before Judge Washington.
Of co-defendants with the federal case that you guys are both in, and this is a conflict of interest as both of you guys are defendants in my federal case.
Go ahead.
I also understand, Your Honor, that there is a municipal case out of Canton Township that was set for a jury trial in April of this year where the defendant failed to appear. And there were jurors.
This is where it all crumbles. The prosecutor reveals a jaw-dropping moment. When pulled over, Mcoo reportedly had a fake diplomatic license plate and refused to identify himself, prompting backup from multiple law enforcement units. Add in previous OWI convictions, failure to appear, and now a third pending case for malicious use of telecommunications in a domestic dispute. This isn't just a rogue driver, it's a pattern. A pattern of evading the law, defying court orders, and stacking legal trouble like poker chips at a casino table. But the House always wins, and the judge is about to call his bluff.
State under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. All of these charges are frivolous and a part of a long pattern of malicious prosecution by Ms. Londy, the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office, and quite frankly, you, Your Honor.
Hearing argument regarding bond, the court does believe that it was an abuse of discretion given the circumstances of this defendant to set his bond at the $10,000 figure. After hearing argument, viewing the file, the court does believe that not only does the defendant pose a risk to the public,
No
I
victims.
do believe that the defendant is a risk of flight given those circumstances and has indeed, or at least is charged in this case, refused to obey or flee.
And just like that, reality hits. The judge raises Mcoo's bond to $50,000 per case, citing his risk to the public and clear record of non-compliance. That's a six-figure wake-up call. The fake diplomatic immunity, the sovereign ideology, the courtroom interruptions, they all add up. In the end, the legal system doesn't deal in beliefs. It deals in facts. And the facts here, they're stacked against Daniel Mcoo.
Fled and eluded it.
That was added on afterwards. The police officer did not report that at all.
The court, given those circumstances, would in each case raise the defendant's bond, grant the people's motion. Defendant's bond in each matter is set in the amount of $50,000 cash carry. Thank you.
The tethers I requested, if he is able to post, Your Honor.
I will.
Thank you.
Daniel Mcoo tried every trick in the sovereign citizen playbook: legal jargon, jurisdictional deflections, fake documents, and ideological monologues. But in the end, the law stood firm. Multiple charges, skyrocketing bond, and a courtroom that refused to play pretend. The judge gave him every chance to acknowledge reality, and he chose to reject it. Now he's facing prison, hefty fines, and no more room to run. Backhand index pointing right if you found this case as shocking as we did. Hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Until next time, justice speaks loudest in the face of denial.